If your sleep is terrible, it's your hormones, and no amount of sleep aids will fix the deeper imbalance. The root cause is where we need to focus when it comes to improving sleep. If you feel like you're tossing and turning all night, or struggling to fall asleep when you want to, or waking up in the middle of the night, maybe to go to the bathroom and then laying there for hours afterwards, just cannot fall back to sleep, no matter how tired you are, there's something imbalanced deep inside you, and it is going to be related so much to hormones. Sleep is a really complicated problem to figure out and fix, though, because we have some very intricate connections between sleep and other hormones. So if, for example, your cortisol is dysregulated, you have a lot of stress in your life, cortisol is just bouncing all throughout the day, or your circadian rhythm is off, this is going to impact sleep, because when cortisol is pumping out, melatonin does not get circulated, and melatonin is your sleep hormone. If you have insulin resistance or any issues with blood sugar balance, this is going to impact sleep, especially waking up around 2 or 3 in the morning and being unable to get back to sleep. If estrogen is dropping too dramatically, this can lead to inflammation, and inflammation in the brain is another huge factor behind sleepless nights. So what we want to do is ensure that we're addressing all 3 of these potential issues. With my root cause hormone assessment, I can help my clients identify which of these problems is most likely behind their sleep, but it's always best to address the full spectrum holistic approach to improving sleep. A really great, simple way to start regulating your sleep is to reset that circadian rhythm. Even if you think it's fine, I highly recommend spending a few weeks focused on some of these tips. This is Jasmine. She's my kitten, and she's a little terror. Tip number 1, set yourself up for a sleep routine. That means get up at the same time every day and go to bed at the same time every night. The ideal sleep schedule for a woman resetting her circadian rhythm is to be asleep by 10 p.m. and then wake up around 6-ish in the morning. The number of hours you sleep isn't as important as those sleep schedule hours. So you may find that you wake up at 5:30 and you feel great, or you may need to sleep until 7 and feel refreshed. That's okay. Everybody's different in that regard. Eat breakfast, a high fiber, high fat, high protein breakfast within an hour of waking up if you can. Try not to hold off on breakfast until like 2, 3, 4 hours after you wake up. Start eating food first thing in the morning. If you don't eat breakfast today, just start really, really small with something you feel like your body can handle. Maybe that's 1 egg and a side of vegetables. One way to know that your circadian rhythm and your metabolism are optimized is if you're hungry first thing in the morning. Get some sunlight exposure before 9 a.m. if you can. If you're unable to go sit in the sun or go for a walk, see about getting a natural light book or 10,000 lux light therapy device to sit on your desk or wherever you're at that time of day. Allow yourself to unwind in the evening by pushing ourselves to do extra work, sitting in front of our computer and stressing out emails or a report that's due the next day. This retrains your brain to stop producing melatonin and keep you awake longer than you need to be or should be. If you exercise, especially if you do fairly intense workouts, move them towards the morning hours instead of later in the day. And nourish your stress response, your entire circadian rhythm with lots of fresh, whole foods. Ideally, mostly plants, but good quality protein and healthy fats as well. If you want to be able to sleep like a baby again, make sure you are regulating your circadian rhythm and addressing those hormonal imbalances.